We're live, ladies and gentlemen. What up? What it do? What it is? What's happening? Welcome to another extraordinary episode of the Extraordinary Exchange Podcast. I'm your guy, your co-host with the most, Mr. Nate Bennett. Got my guy Case. What's good, Case?
Man, you know, another day, another dollar, man. Just trying to make it in society, trying to make it in the world, man. 1 foot at a time. You feel me?
That's what we do, man. The effort. It ain't for a lack of effort. We out here trying.
Sure ain't that. Sure ain't that, man.
For the Exchange Podcast, we are powered by the Extraordinary Investment Group, 12 Black men in the community that are making our way, establishing ourselves, building amazing legacies through education and smart financial strategies. And this is one of them strategies, man. We sharing the education, we giving y'all game, we bringing dope entrepreneurs on here, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one right here. This is a different lane that I don't hear too many people talking about. So first and foremost, this brother we about to introduce, I've known him for some years, even before we formally met. He was doing his thing in the fitness world here in the DMV area. You know, we was running in similar circles, but never met him. But shout out to my brother's keeper, Jay and Mig and all the brothers over there. I got to really get to know this cat in my brother's keeper group, men's group, where we, you know, had open dialogue, talking about different topics of society, just a safe space for Black men to be ourselves, be vulnerable. But he launched this business just out of nowhere. I hadn't heard nothing about it, but I just started seeing this tagline, VOMOS. And I started seeing these private jets and luxury vacation homes and yachts. And I see Rob all over the place. I'm like, yo, what's Rob doing? And then pulled up to InvestFest down in Atlanta last year. And I seen the tagline, I seen the roles, I seen the lights. Like, you had the dopest setup at InvestFest. And then I seen you walk around the corner. I was like, oh, I put two and two together. I was like, oh, man, that's good. But anyway, this cat is a dope entrepreneur. He's more affectionately known as the Charter King. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Rob Brown. Good, Rob? Yes, sir, man. So yeah, we're just gonna have a conversation, man. Just, you know, tell the world about yourself. Background and how you got involved with this.
So I got involved in it. I've known the owner of VOMOS for 20 plus years in my life, right? So what happened was I started training. Like, I've known him from day one since I was like 15, 16 years old. And maybe 3 years ago, I think, he hit me up to start training. But, you know, throughout the years, I've always known about the business and everything from here on out. And, you know, he hit me up for training. We started training, you know, and, you know, the conversation became more personal and intimate versus over the years just asking about the business. Like, yo, man, how's it going? And, you know, I see it. And so it just went from there, man. Like, it was just more questions became opportunity, right? So the opportunity presented itself in a magnitude in a space I've never thought that I would be in, right? And that's essentially how I got into it, from one passion that I've always had into what I never knew was another passion. Like, I didn't think that I would be this great at what I do.
That's real. So can you explain what VOMOS is, and what exactly is that space?
So VOMOS is a luxury travel company, right? It's an platform that allows individuals to be able to acquire or rent or things like that of private jets, private yacht charters, ground transportation, you know, helicopters, exotic car rentals, experiences, all in one space. You know, like, it's basically like Uber, Airbnb, on
yes.
steroids, right? You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like on steroids. So it's like Turo, and all of those things on steroids under one umbrella, right? So it's basically, let me rent this Lamborghini and drive to a private jet to, get to Miami to this $1 million villa and go jump on this 115-foot yacht,
Mm.
all under one space. So it's versus like you don't really necessarily have to call, to rent a car from this place and then get a house from this place. And then like, nah, it's literally
All the one-stop shop.
one-stop shop for the elite of the elite. And not necessarily the elite of the elite. It's, typical 9 to 5 people that just want to experience, that lifestyle. As you can see, social media magnifies such things like that, so people want to know what it's really about.
Yeah. So, and we talk about, the one thing is the elite, not even the elite, but like having the best of the best in that luxury space. And a lot of regular folks may not be able to touch that, smell that, see that, right? Like you have to see it from afar. You may have to see it on Instagram. Does this allow the random, like you said, the 9 to 5 opportunity to live that luxury lifestyle?
Absolutely, 100%, absolutely 100%. It's everything is attainable, everything, right? So name it, you could do it, right? And I don't never want people to feel as though that things like a private jet is out of their reach, because it's not. It's basically, do you want it to be your reality? You want to manifest this lifestyle or whatever. I have people hit me up. I want to do it for my birthday. My birthday is next year. How much is it going to cost? All right, cool. Now I know the cost, right? And then it just it manifests into your reality. So it's, you could be a typical, I don't want to say typical, but a 9 to 5 worker and achieve this, the yachts, the exotic car rentals, the private jets in some cases, and things like that. So yeah, it's very attainable for the, I would say you don't have to be an elite person or someone of high net worth to do this.
Yeah, we see people do it all the time with, vacations or, it's your birthday or it's a wedding or it's a special event and you want to, have an elevated experience.
For
People do it
sure.
all the time, but now through this app, through this platform, seems like they can do it with the luxury vehicles, the mansions, the yachts, and like you said, everything on the it's a beautiful platform. Everything's so Instagrammable. It's dope. So you were training, old buddy, you've known for a minute.
Mhm.
He put you on to, learning about the industry. What are some things you had to learn about the, like, I'm just a regular Joe Schmo. Like, all right, cool. I got
Right.
access to this platform. Is there education behind it that you had to go through? Like like, how did you become the charter king? Right.
So what happened was, within the concept of talking to him, he told me he was developing a course on how to become a jet broker, right?
Mhm.
So he, in the midst of him developing the course, and he, we're talking about, he's like, it's almost done, it's almost done. It didn't even matter. I'm like, as soon as it's official, I'm doing it without question. So I had to take the course on how to become a private jet broker to understand the rules and regulations within that space, right? So remember, I'm coming from health and wellness, personal training company doing that space, and now I'm transitioning to somewhere else, this whole different space. So I had to understand the rules, the regulations of the private aviation industry in the world, and what what to do, what not to do, and how to do X, Y, and Z. So I took the course, and now I'm here.
That's right, and that's the whole lifestyle change, basically. Like, you know, if you in health and wellness, and now we talk about private jets and like rules and regulations. Was that a big mindset, like a mindset shift, or was it just like it's just I got to learn I have to learn something new?
Nah, for real, it was a big mindset shift because, all right, for example, right, this is 100% real transparency. So when you give someone a price, right, and in the personal training world, the price that you give them, you know what you can do, right? So you never sell yourself short by your ability to be a good coach, a good leader, and all of these things. So I'm telling people, my potential clients, how much I cost, right?
Your worth, yeah, right.
My worth, right? So I'm telling people my cost is $100 a session, right? So I'm telling someone $100 an hour, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what? I'm not paying. I can't afford $100 an hour, right? But when I get into this space, and I'm telling somebody the jet costs $30,000, right? So it's like I had the mind shift. Like, I'm having crazy reservations before telling somebody $100. So now I got to tell somebody $30,000. So I had to learn how to become accustomed with saying this price. To me, it's crazy.
Astronomical, right.
Astronomical, right? But now I'm talking to people and they're like, okay.
Right. That's it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the part that I had to get over and had to become, that's normal. You understand what I'm saying? For me, coming from the, like I said, the health and wellness, personal training, I cost $100 an hour. They're like, what? $100? Like, yeah, I know my capability. I know $100. So you have some people that pay $100, and some people like, nah, I can't afford that.
Right.
So now I'm shifting from $100 an hour to telling somebody a jet costs $12,000 an hour. Right? So it's like the mind shift was just outrageous. But for someone, this costs $100 an hour. No. Then I'm telling somebody it costs 40, 50,000. They're like, okay. Like, it was
Right.
You have to be comfortable being comfortable in that space with those, because even that is a mindset shift. Like when a cat buy, 15,000, that's light work. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
Well, hold on, bro. Like that ain't light work. You know what I mean? To a regular person. So that's real.
Yeah. So that was the mind shift to have to get into that space of the reservation of how to tell someone that astronomical price, but in that space, it's not astronomical. That's normal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You had to get over that in your own mind. It's not them. You had to be comfortable, like you said, talking with that and understanding that ideal client and customer that you're talking to. To them, these numbers, it's a certain level of prime client that goes into that space that knows, all right, cool, this is what we're gonna be spending. All right, cool. That's second nature. I could do that, as opposed to more people are into fitness than they are into that luxury travel, right? So, and then everybody can be in that space, which is gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody could be in that space, but at the same time, everybody could be in that space. So,
100%.
But talk about real quick, both industries, you're still in the people business, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, talk about how you took your expertise in training people and now navigating them through this, this luxury concierge service. It's still concierge. You're in the people helping business. Let's talk about the similarities of that and how training helped you in that space.
So, because like if I don't have to talk, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm naturally like an introvert person. So if I don't have to talk, I'm not. But if I get you in a space where I'm comfortable and I know what I'm talking about and I'm passionate about, then I'm going to talk. I can execute in that manner. So with personal training in this industry, you have one chance the first time to be a solid individual, right? So it's like the first time I train you, I have to show you I know what I'm doing. I have to be passionate about what I'm doing, right? So in this space, it's the exact same thing. I have to show you I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Like, I have to show you that it's about you, right? Because VOMOS is all about curating personalized experiences, right? So that's no different than a health and wellness or personal training plan. Like, what I'm saying? Nate's plan may be totally different from yours, right? But I have to understand that it's about personalization, right? So I have to give everybody their each individualized uh, opportunity and ability to say, hey, it's about you. Once you make a person feel like it's not about money, then it's about the passion. Because for like when I first started personal training, I was doing it because it made me feel good watching someone achieve goals. Right? I was doing it for so long at one point people would force me to take their money. Right? So I was like starting off, like I remember it was like $5. Bro, $5. Like I was hesitant to take $5 from someone, right? So I think that's what made me such an amazing trainer, is because it was never money for me. And now when I shift over into the luxury concierge service, it's not about money to me. It's about you getting the ultimate experience that you're paying for, right? So it's never about, oh yeah, I just made X amount of dollars. I don't care, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's all about, because you have to be solid in this space, because you have to think, if you are a person that flies private jet often, that lets me know that you have a circle of people that do the exact same thing, right?
Give them that experience, and they go like, "Hey, man, what about that? Remember that? Hey, my man Rob will hook you up, man. My man Rob will hook you up." And in that space, in that arena, it's all about connection. It's all
about connections, man. And I've said it in I was in Forbes article in June, and I told and I said that it's not about the commission for me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are giving me your life savings because you want to take a jet for whatever experience, if it costs, for numbers purposes, $10,000, and all you have is $11,000, I'm not going to take I'm going to give it to you for the cost, because this is something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to make $37, I remember I did a deal before and I only made $37. But the best part about that is that I made the experience great for that client. He booked several times after that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, this is my first time. I want to make sure it goes smoothly. Cool. Yeah, let's make it happen. Now he's booked time and time again after that. And it's not about the commission. It's now that, hey, my guy, as we were saying in the beginning, my guy will take care of you now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I love about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different space, and a recognizable space, right? Because not only in this, I mean, there's people that do it, and there's people that do it strictly for the money. But then you have people that really love what they're doing. And then you're getting recognized like, hey, I seen you on Instagram. Oh, you're that person. Oh, then it's, oh, I follow you and stuff like that. So that's really what it's really about, is being recognized for amazing customer service. I mean,
that's great. So is obtaining your clientele in the VOMOS space the same as obtaining your clientele in the personal training space? Does the VOMOS platform like kind of provide you? Does it lead you to those clients?
So the personal training is basically the same on the luxury concierge side, right? Because if I have you as my client, right, and I helped you hit your goals, one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and people are recognizing like, oh, how did you do that? Who is? And now you're saying, oh, my trainer. Oh, I need to be. So it's always the referral after that.
I got you.
Which is the exact same thing in the space, because it's like it's all about being able to deliver, right? That's what it's really about, being able to deliver, right? So I had this one client who called me, and he was like, yo, and this is crazy because he only followed me on Instagram, right? He only followed me on Instagram. He hit me and was like, yo, it's such and such. I'm like, I had to think like, who? But it wasn't who, because I wasn't recognizing, bro, you're calling me.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like who this person is, like you're calling me. So I was like, kind of like, what? Okay, what's up? He's like, yeah, I tried to get a yacht. And he said this, I couldn't find nobody to do it. I'll doubt you'll be able to do it. I just want to see if you can.
All right.
Say less, my guy.
Who I am.
Say less. Ooh, it literally was like 10:30 at night in Miami. Nobody's getting a yacht after 10. Yo, what's up? I got a guy, he needs a yacht. Who is he? Oh yeah? Tell him 12 a.m. Hit him right back. Yo, he said be ready in the next hour. He's like, what? I'm like, you said that you wanted a yacht. Do you want it or not? Like, he's like, wait, you got one? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how? You asked me to do it.
You asked me to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So from that one instance, he's like, I don't know how you did that, but thanks. So I hit him, made sure everything. I called him, yo, the captain's ready. Da, da, da. It was like this big 100-foot yacht, Miami. Like you can't get on the water unless, you know what I'm saying? Right. Long story short, I made it happen for him or whatever. I hit him the next day. He like, yo, I'm just getting up. He was like, yo, I don't know how you did it, but appreciate you. Then he hit me like 2 weeks later for another one. And then he was like, yo, you earned the name Charter King respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because I've asked so many people who claimed they can make it happen who could not. And so that's what I said in the beginning. You only get one time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's either I could have said yeah or no, not fluff it like I got you, and then have him running around in a circle because I couldn't do it, but I was trying to make it seem like I could.
Yeah.
Nah, I would have just told you like, nah, bro, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? But I knew because of the capabilities and connections that I had, I could get it done. You know what I'm saying? So you be able to make things happen like that for a person of his stature. Now you like solidify. He's like, bro, like holla at my man. He got you. You know what I'm saying?
So many gems in that story right there. Like, and I think your personality, me knowing you, you being an introvert, bodes well for you because we all know the loudmouth, boisterous, rah-rah type of people that over promise stuff and can't
It delivered.
right? So that's
100%.
key in business, man. Don't try to over promise stuff that you can't deliver. Where it's like, all right, cool. If you just say this is what you need, let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
And you deliver more than what
Exactly.
the consumer or the person expected.
Yeah.
They you got them in your back pocket. They're gonna be return folks. They're gonna refer people.
Yeah.
And
100%. 100%.
oh, that's super dope. That's super dope. So let's talk some figures, man. Let's talk money. So how you talked about how you made $37 on one joint, just hooking people up with the experiences. How do you get paid? You don't got to get into exact figures or what the make lofty claims on annual earnings or whatnot. But how do people, you as a broker, how do you get paid brokering these deals between VOMOS and the clientele that you're providing these services to?
So everything is a structured, percentage, right? So with everything, there's you get a percentage of the profit, right? So if it's, without saying figures, but if it's, a $10,000, $5,000 profit, I already know out of this percentage, I know exactly how much I'm gonna make, right? So if it's a lot, I make a lot. But if it's a little, I don't make a lot. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, it's all about curating the experience for that customer that, you know what I'm saying, that becomes a client, because it's not necessarily about the money. But 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 there's been time. I mean, you know what I'm saying, like, and I've always been, people hit me up wanting to be a jet broker and how to this, and I've always been 100% transparent. I've never necessarily said how much I made figure wise, but I have a career in health and wellness. That's what I do, my regular job. I'm a health and wellness director. That's what I do, right? So I make a good amount of money as a health and wellness director, right? There's times where I make what I would make in 4 months in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends on, nothing works but work. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to work, or if you don't want no money, you're not gonna make none. You know what I'm saying? So like it's lucrative for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's very lucrative if you want to make it lucrative. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want that little hashtag or title under your IG page or something that you're saying that you want to do, you could do that too, but not necessarily, it's not gonna work for you because you're not, everybody wants to be a broker. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's different when you say, yo, man, what you do? You go around the room or whatever, and then somebody asks me what I do, and I'm like, oh, I got jets. They're like, you got what? I'm like, nah, like jets. They like jet skis. I'm like, yeah, I got those too, but not like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, what do you do? And then I tell you. So it's always like, when somebody have a real nice piece in their house, it becomes a conversational piece. That's basically what being a private jet luxury concierge, because you don't hear people saying that.
You don't.
So it becomes a constant, you know what I'm saying, a conversational piece of what you do. And then when people really dig into and people really have a conversation, they find out all of what you do, it's limitless because, like I said, you don't necessarily have to take a jet. You could get a yacht. You can, you know what I'm saying, you can go to South Beach and, grab a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to go to the highest of the highest thing, but, if you want to rent a Lamborghini, you can rent a Lamborghini. If you want a Cullinan, you can do a Cullinan. So it's like different, you know what I'm saying, tiers of, what type of, lifestyle you want to, live for that time that you're doing it.
For sure.
So let me ask this, because you talked about the jet broker class.
Yeah.
I mean, now, does that jet broker class give you the education to broker the luxury car deals? Is that the same type of education, or is it totally different?
Yeah. So I mean, it's different, but it's the same because you have to understand the rules and regulations of each one, right? So like for example, renting a luxury car is no different than renting a regular car from like Enterprise, right? So the same thing you have to do that, you have to do the exact same thing. It just costs more to rent a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Cullinan, whatever. The Maybach, it just costs more. So if you're familiar with renting a car from Enterprise, it's no different than renting a car, a Lamborghini. It's the same thing. It's just the price tag is different. Driver's license, insurance, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing, right? So when you do a yacht, there's really no rules and regulations to a yacht. It's the only regulation is it can't be more than 13 people on the yacht. That's marine law. Like that's the only. There's really nothing more to really know, right? But the private jet, that is literally like, I don't want to say taking the bar, but taking the bar. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to know the airport codes. It's more so knowing the plane size. It's what would be a good fit for this amount of people. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just be talking because you don't want to talk and say that you're a broker, and then because you never know who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? So you want to educate yourself in this in your space that you want to master. So you want to become familiar with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's like if I came to you, like, and we were in a room and you asked me what I do, and you trying to get me to expose myself.
I see what you know. Yeah. It's like people trying to get that 737. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. So you just talking like, and you getting me to talk, but you in reality, you fly private all the time. I don't know that. Right. So you're trying to see what I actually know to see if I'm worth you giving me your business.
Right.
So it's like you want to be familiar with the sizes, you know what I'm saying, the names, the routings and stuff like that. So because like, for example, every airport has which is called a FBO. It's a fixed base operator, right? Which means that's like the private airport sector of the airport, right? So like in DC, there's DCA and there's AID. Both in DC, they're just two different airports, right? But you have to know, like, if someone says, let me get a jet from DC to Atlanta. All right, cool. And I'll just say, okay. And I never ask you, what is your preferred departure? Is it DCA or AID? They're just like, DC, like, he don't really know what he's talking about because there's two different ones, right? And one costs more than the other, right? For example, New York, you can't just say, give me a plane from New York to DC.
You coming out of JFK?
You coming out of JFK, you coming out of HQ, or you coming Teterboro, or you coming like, it's four different ones.
Yeah,
but it's still New York. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, does he know what I'm talking like? So it's different. Like, you just have to be very familiarized with the lingo. That's basically what it's more about is learning the lingo and not talking a lot. Listen before you scan, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's talking about private jets, you don't jump in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just sit back and listen because you never know the stature. Like, you don't know who this person is. Like, you don't know if he's like if he flies private, is he actual jet owner? You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually owns his own jet. You know what I'm saying? You just wait till the conversation comes to you, then you
put your information in.
Then you know what I'm saying? So you just bounce off it. So I mean, it's really just about mastering your space, mastering your craft and whatever it is that you do. You know what I'm saying? And adapting to your space.
Mm.
It's forever changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the will is the will, but how many, you know what I'm saying, different sizes is different. So it's the same circular, but people just dress it up differently. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just adapting to the space.
I was gonna say that's a good little segue though. What's some ways you've had to adapt to this ever changing space of luxury concierge? Like, I mean, you've been in it for a few years now. Has maybe it was COVID. I mean, COVID and travel has changed everything. But how have you been able to pivot with some of the constant changing, moving parts within that space?
Because people have become more personal with traveling, right? They want more customized experiences, right? So, all right, this is a perfect example, right? If someone sees somebody doing something on Instagram, right? Private jet wise, balloons, a whole thing, right? That's personal. Can you do that? You know what I'm saying? Now you have to become more knowledgeable on the rules that be done. You can't just say, yeah, I can do it. And then they show up with a whole, you know what I'm saying, a whole decorating team, and then they get flagged at the door like, we don't allow that. Now you do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's about, so it's about being personal and just adapting to the space. Like, people becoming more personalized with, their travel arrangement. So it's basically adapting to the space in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Well, and if you can't answer this, what's probably one of the best trips or that you curated for somebody?
I could tell you right off the jump. Real talk. Real talk. So,
yeah, you lit up when he asked you that, John. Like, I got one.
Because it's so crazy, right? So, boom. I have a client, right, that I literally been, again, it goes back to not knowing who you're talking to, right? So I have a client to date, one of my favorite clients, like favorite clients, right? So I'm months talking to this guy and talking to him like, yo, man, I got this, and then everything that I'm sending him, he's not even responding, yo. Bro, he's not responding. He's not even looking. He's probably looking at it like, whatever. Yeah, right? So I sent him an option. I remember when I first started talking to him, what he said he was doing. Like, all right. So I'm literally, I could have got discouraged because he wasn't responding, right? I literally sent him a text. He responded in like 2 minutes. He responded and was like, oh, that sounds good. I was like, what? All right, cool. So we started going back and forth. And long story short, it was his anniversary, right? I curated a trip. He was going to LA for his anniversary. I got him the jet, ground transportation when he got there. I set up he was there for 4 days, 4 days, and then he left on the 5th. I got him in the best restaurants in LA, the best ones. Like literally, you would have to know somebody to get in these joints every night. And I'm literally, all he has to do is show up. That's it. That's what it's about. Don't work, just be there. 8 o'clock, be there. This restaurant, be there. Did it for him. Yo, he gave me the best review. Like his wife was like, yo, I've never, like we've been flying private for years. We've never had someone take care of us like that. Right? And he's my favorite client to date. And it's about that experience that I gave him. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, it's about little experiences that you give them. Like it was a restaurant in LA, right? And I knew who was going to be there. He didn't though, right? Him and his wife didn't. So I'm like, yo, set it up or whatever. And he he hit me and was like, yo, do you know who was sitting next to me? I'm like, playing dumb, like, no, I don't know who was sitting next to me, whatever. He's like, Jason, what's his dude's name? Jason Derulo or whatever. And he was like, he was sitting right next to us. How did you? I'm like,
but you knew that ahead of time.
Huh? Yeah, I knew. Yeah. I knew. Like, it's a place that Drake and all of them go to. So, and I did the same thing when he went to Miami. It was like Drake was having a party at this restaurant. Couldn't get in. I literally called in a favor, like, yo, table, I need it. They're like, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about building connections. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, he was in Miami. He called me. He's like, yo, do you know some guy named Kodak Black? I was like, yeah. like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't know who he is, but, you know, he was in the section next to us. And I was like, yeah, I know. So, like, it's all about giving that, like, I'm delivering, but when I do deliver, it's going to be
on that extra mile for sure.
Yeah, it's all about, again, making people feel like you care about them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care about you giving me your money. I care about how you're going to experience after you give me your money. You know what I'm saying?
And it's get value for your dollar.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, the bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of bucks, but
right.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
That's real.
Just look at the value in that real quick, Case. But just like these high earning individuals who really don't have the time to curate that, you know what I'm saying? Like you just want to put that in someone else's hands that you trust and know that you're gonna get that value in return. That's invaluable for some of the people.
Yeah, so
outside of just somebody wanting to go, you know, once in a lifetime trip for their birthday or anniversary. Like this was really special for him and his wife. And then I'm sure the referrals from that were crazy too. So
yeah, like, I mean, it's all about, like I said, building sustainable relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you a client. It's like you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, my guy. Oh, you remember? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not strictly like a business transaction. Oh, tell your wife I said happy birthday. It's all about you know what I'm saying? Like so what happens is that when you become a client, we take these personal, like everybody builds a profile. So everything that you like and you mention, it goes into your profile. Just like just having regular conversation, and I, you know, just hearing talking, like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. Hearing stuff and I just taking it, putting it in their profile. You know what I'm saying? So it's, to them, it's just regular conversation. To me, I'm picking up on important things that when it's time for X, Y, you know what I'm saying? Like for his birthday, like I said happy birthday, like, oh, happy birthday. He's like, oh man, yo, you remember? Yeah. But then I let a week go by as if I didn't remember he liked to smoke cigars. So I just sent him a care package, all high-end cigars, and he's like going crazy. But it's the fact that I paid attention. You know what I'm saying? It's more about showing you care than it is about receiving. You know what I'm saying? I'm with, you know what I mean? It's your wife's birthday, you know what I'm saying, your kid's birthday. Like anything you say and I can remember and I'm putting it in your profile, I'm going to, because it becomes very personable. You know what I'm saying?
That's too dope.
Yeah. So y'all are building the data. Y'all are through these conversations. Y'all are building the data, and that data is all encompassing. So years and years of conversations have built data, and they may have forgotten about a conversation. Y'all say, you know what? I need a trip. And you say, hey man, remember 3 years ago you was talking about going to Tanzania? Like, hey, you know what? I ain't never. You know what? You might. And that relationship, that, like you said, that you're kind of like a friend more than you are a
100%, 100%. It's more about being someone, like building a friend relationship, because like just because you give me money, like I put it in the space of, you ever like see movies or hear stories where, you know, people frequent like a place often, and that person that they always see ask about their life. It makes the person like, yeah, I'm only coming to the corner store to play my numbers or whatever. But I know that I've been coming here, and now I'm going to ask you how your kids are. How did it, you know what I'm saying? It makes you feel like I can go to any store in the world or on the block. No, I'm not going to any store. I'm going to this one because this is where I feel
at home. These are my people. And it's funny you say that, because you know, my gas station up here, my man Wakar, man, shout out to my man Wakar, dog. But like the whole crew, you know what I'm saying? Like I can go to any other gas station around me, and I'm like, man, I ain't coming back here, dog. But you go to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, buddy, what's going on, man? Hey, man, and they know what you want. They know what you want. They know, you know what I'm saying?
You know exactly what you want, bro. Like it's a mom and pop like diner, right? Down the street. I walk in, shout out to Angela. She says, same thing.
That's priceless right there, right? That's priceless right there.
Same thing. I'm like she know exactly what I want. I don't even have, she just say she see me, same thing, and bring it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just years of going there and getting the same thing. So people, when they see you, it's like, I already know what you want. Don't even, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. You know
what's your same thing that you getting up there in PA though? What's your same thing?
Oh man, I get, and it's crazy. It doesn't even matter what time of day it is. I get breakfast. Doesn't matter what time of day. You know what I'm saying? I get one pancake. That joint be like the size of a steering wheel. And then I get egg whites and home fries with onions in it.
Hey man, shout out to Angela and them hooking up the breakfast.
Yo, for real. Like she just be like, same thing. Like,
but that's invaluable. And even Case lives in rural Raleigh. So gas stations ain't like right up the block. He gotta drive a little.
Stop trying to play me, bro.
He gotta drive a little bit, yeah. So he probably passing a couple of them joints for miles.
Man.
It's about being where
I had to do that, man. We've been talking about how you live in the country for years, but shout out to Raleigh, man. I've become a city.
That's really, like you said, Rob. That's really what it is. It's about those relationships, man. And,
man. Exceptional service and quality, man. That's what it's really about, man.
Sure, it is, man. Hey, so let me before we close it. So if somebody hears this podcast and say, you know what, this space is interesting. I'm interested in seeing how I can get into the luxury concierge space, right? Like, you know, I like customer service, or, you know, some type of passion that I might have, right? How would one go about getting into that space?
So I mean, you can get into the space however you want, but it's all about being the go-to or understanding the space that you're jumping into it, right? So it's like you ever like watch somebody do something and then it starts to pop and they're like, I can do that too. But it's not their vision. You know what I'm saying? So it's just because it looks fun,
right,
doesn't mean that you have the passion for it. Like I'm gonna be 100% honest, bro. Like we on the East Coast, man. When my clients call me from Cali at 10 o'clock at night over there, it's 1 a.m. here in Vegas. It's 1 a.m. I'm sleep rubbing my eyes like what? You know what I'm saying? But it's like that's the type of time like one bro. I did a trip for a guy in Italy. It's 6 hours difference. I had to be up at 4 a.m. to make sure he got on his yacht. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the dedication that you have to put in because you have to make sure your client is taken care of, right? Like that's literally what it's about. So if I have a client flying in Cali or LA or Vegas, somewhere on the on the West Coast, I have to make sure my brain is calculated for the time difference.
Yeah.
So like last week I had a client flying at 7:30 Cali time. It's 10:30 here. I had to make sure that I was up and aware that, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything went off without a hitch. Even though I'm sleepy, like trying to go to bed, I got to make sure. So a person that's entering this space, you just want to make sure this is exactly what you want to do and nothing that you feel as though it's like, not even going to say a trend, but it's like you don't like just because you can make it the way that I make it doesn't mean that it's the same sauce. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anybody who's just going into space, I just want them to be, passionate about what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. And if you do want to get into the space, follow me on Instagram.
Go ahead. I was gonna be the next. Go ahead. Tell them
where they can find you, fam. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Charter King, CharterKing _ at Charter King. You know what I'm saying? And I want, to let people know as well is that we have an affiliate program, whereas that if you don't want to actually be a person in the space, but you have the relationships of said individuals, I pay for referrals. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to make a couple $100 without being the gatekeeper of people who may, fly private or use a yacht or need ground transportation or whatever the case may be, and you know someone and you want to refer them to me, and I'll give you some money for the referral.
Shout out to referrals, man, because
before
referrals, nobody really wanted to be that assist man. Everybody wanted to score, but I
That's
love
what I'm saying.
love being an assist man and connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to be the guy, but if I could pass you on,
I just watched. I just watched the thing earlier where Wallow 267 and Gilly, it was on their podcast, and Wallow called Drake's people up for the Bull Rod Wave right on live podcast and passed off and made a play for him. He's like, I ain't still like, why am I going to get in his way? If I know somebody that can help him, I'm getting out the way. Here, you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's really about. People don't want to, everybody wants to be that guy instead of saying they do have a guide, because in theory you are more worth saying that you have a guy than trying to be the guy when you have no assets to be that guy, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone knows, like for example, like if you know someone that wants to fly private and does fly private, has the means to fly private, that's your homie or that's your friend or whoever, but you don't have the assets to help him. You're just gatekeeping the information, not allowing your friend to do, or whoever the person is, to excel in whatever world they want to do, because you can't benefit from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's why you're successful in what you're doing. Why you the charter king, man? Because you got the assets even before you had the assets. You know what I'm saying? You were curious. You were in the community, helping people. You know what I'm saying? Your passion for humanity and giving.
Yeah, bro.
Obvious and evident through most of the spaces I know you in. Like when you pulled up to our Juneteenth event a few years ago, you just came to support and see what was going on. And then you and a couple of the fellas start helping people put their tents up. Like we ain't asked y'all to do that, but y'all just pulled up and was supporting what we did. So
I mean, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Reason, why you are who you are, and why you've had the success you've had, man.
Man, like this space is like for the small amount that I've been in this space, it's so insane, man. Like I don't think you understand. Like, you know, it's funny because my daughter's 21 years old, right? So she always, you know what I'm saying, she sees me doing stuff or whatever. So I take her now when I go to do certain stuff so she can actually see it in real time. Like she sees me on the phone, she sees me on a computer, she sees me, you know, doing whatever. But it's amazing because to be who I am, and now my clients are people I watch on TV, actors, like actresses, rappers, singers, athletes, like the people you like. It's crazy because people, like, you hear people on the radio, like songs on the radio, and it's like, yeah, that song hot, but like I just talked to him yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, talked to her. So it's like even now it's a mind-blowing experience because sometimes I'm like I just had a phone call, from like, what is that real? Like it doesn't seem real sometimes, man. Like every day, like you literally can't make this stuff up, man. It's an amazing space to be in, and it's not about the celebrity connections. It's about loving what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's ultimately what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like
which passion is going to be the longevity play though? Because you passionate about fitness. You know this. So you simultaneously going to do it, even though you get paid more here than you do.
Because the fitness world is all right for, like, I'll put it like this. Both of these right here, fitness, luxury concierge, they're both needed. Right? And I have a passion for both of them. Someone always going to want to work out, and someone always going to need to go somewhere. Right? So it's like, and it's good because, you know, I can give them, like, I can curate an experience for like exclusive stuff, right? So say that I have a client that is going on vacation that I know works out. Here, take this training plan, you know what I'm saying, because you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, on a yacht. You utilize, like, let me know what they got on the yacht. All right, cool. This is what you can do. So you're never missing a step. in your life of health and wellness because you're in a space of traveling. So it's you able to put both of them together when it's the opportunity to do so. You know what I'm saying? VOMOS is a global company. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily Miami, New York, Los Angeles, places like that, Las Vegas. Nah, it's DMV area. It's anywhere that has something going on. You know what I'm saying? And I want to put it out there that it's not necessarily all about traveling, right? If you need concert tickets, we got those too. You need box, those hard to get, little Dirk tickets and Beyonce tickets and little baby tickets and we have those too. It's all about building relationships and being able to provide that ultimate experience for people that can't get certain stuff or it's hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need the Beyonce tickets, we got the Beyonce tickets. You know what I'm saying? You can't get them online, but I got them. Concert tickets, sporting events tickets, just the ultimate experience for everything that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to, Essence Fest and, F1 and whatever those other events, what's the other one? Rolling Loud and Rocky Fest and all of those things. Yeah, it's all about being able to, the one-stop shop that I mentioned that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
So all y'all listeners, man, that's been soaking in this extraordinary exchange about this amazing industry, man. Y'all know who to tap in with. He gave you his socials. And this has been a really eye-opening and insightful conversation right here, man.
Yeah,
extraordinary exchange for sure.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, at VOMOS, VOMOS. That's the company. And then myself, Charter King, at Charter, CHARTER KING _ yeah, man, let me help curate those experiences, man, and it's not all about, you could get a private jet for like $2,000, man.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Man, but I could get my whole family on a motherfucker Spirit for like $69.
Respect, man. Respect. Well, Rob, hey, man.
Yeah, for sure. You could definitely do that. And then
but it ain't gonna be the same.
Like 16 hours when they get
Right. Is your bag's gonna get there on time with everything in them? No, hey, man. Nothing against Spirit, man. We Extraordinary Exchange ain't got nothing against Spirit, man. But Rob, man, we appreciate you, family, jumping on, taking time to share your story, share your passion, as you do in many different spaces. And we honor for you to have this extraordinary exchange with us. But
love, man.
Yeah, Case, what you got for us, fam?
I don't got much, man. Another great episode, man. Rob B, the Charter King, came through, schooled us to the game of luxury charters, luxury concierge. How we merged the customer service from the personal training and the concierge, man. So a lot, man. A lot was learned today, man. A lot that people look forward to. Yeah, man. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on, man. And you always in that E.I.G community, man. So we appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate y'all, man. Love.
There goes another episode, y'all. Y'all be blessed, be easy. We'll see y'all on the next episode of the Extraordinary Exchange Podcast, man.
Indeed, y'all be good.
All right.